Every shot you're about to see was filmed during a 6-hour hike through the Arizona desert in over 40 degrees Celsius heat. This was a real-world cinematic field test of the Sony FX30 paired with anamorphic lens in extreme desert conditions. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how I properly desqueeze this anamorphic footage inside Final Cut Pro to achieve a true cinematic widescreen look without losing sharpness. Now let's look at two different methods for desqueezing 1.33x anamorphic footage in Final Cut Pro. Both methods produce a correctly desqueezed anamorphic image, but they approach the process differently. In method 1, I'm working in a standard 4K timeline at 3840 by 2160. Instead of stretching the image horizontally, I reduce the Y scale to 76.9%. This creates the wider anamorphic look while keeping the project in a standard UHD 4K format. One of the biggest advantages of this workflow is simplicity. It's fast, efficient, and works perfectly for creators delivering content directly to YouTube or other platforms that use standard 4K resolutions. Because the project remains in a 4K timeline, export times are generally faster and the workflow is straightforward. Now, let's take a look at method 2. For this workflow, I create a custom timeline at 5120 by 2160 and desqueeze the footage by applying a 1.33x horizontal stretch. At first glance, it may appear that we're simply enlarging a 4K image to 5K, but that's not actually what's happening. When shooting with a 1.33x anamorphic lens, the lens optically compresses a wider field of view onto the camera sensor. That wider image is already contained within the recorded file. The desqueeze process simply restores the image back to its correct proportions and reveals the full width captured by the lens. In other words, we're not creating additional image information. We're reversing the optical compression introduced by the anamorphic lens during recording. When comparing method 1 and method 2, you'll notice that both produce a very similar anamorphic look and field of view. The main difference is in the workflow and the final project resolution. Method 1 is quick, efficient, and ideal for standard 4K delivery. Method 2 preserves the full widths of the anamorphic image and creates a higher resolution master file that maintains the maximum available image area from the original recording. Neither method is right or wrong. Method 1 is an excellent choice for fast and efficient content creation. Method 2 is the more technically accurate approach when the goal is to preserve the full anamorphic frame and achieve the highest quality master possible. The best choice ultimately depends on your workflow delivery requirements and personal preference. Hopefully this comparison helped you understand the differences between method 1 and method 2 and which workflow might be the best fit for your projects. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos on the Sony FX30, anamorphic filmmaking, travel cinematography, and content creation workflows. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.